Hi, media. Can I talk to you?
No, you need to get out.
Well,
you need to get out.
No, I don't.
You need to get out.
I actually don't.
All right. Hey, who wants to help me get this reporter out of here? I need some muscle over here.
Are you okay with people being forced into military service?
You need to grow up.
Are you okay with people being forced into military service?
Nobody was drafted.
Then how's he what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
He's a draft dodger, but nobody was
John McCain's
drafted.
a draft dodger.
You just said John McCain's a draft dodger.
He's not a draft dodger.
You just said he was.
Why? We got you on camera.
It's on camera. Nobody was drafted, but Trump's a draft dodger.
Woo! Exactly.
Figures, man. You guys supposed to be Republicans.
What happened to? I'm not a Republican.
No, John,
I'm not a. Okay, then why are you saying that?
I don't go after POWs.
I'm not. Why are you yelling at me about it?
Call John McCain a coward.
I didn't. He did. All I'm saying is.
You're full of hate, sir. I love you.
All I'm saying is, how did he dodge a draft if nobody was drafted?
Oh yeah, you get to get an inch of my face with that gun. Big man, Orlando man with your gun. Orlando man.
Not all white people are racist. Not all white people. Not all white people. Not all white people. And this is white people as well as black people that love to say this. And I'm just here to let you know, public service announcement. Yes, all white people. And the reason why all white people are racist is because all white people are born into and raised in a racist white supremacist society that instills racist white supremacist ideals within them. And until they say, you know what, I am racist. I was born into this racist society that instilled me with certain beliefs of superiority, white supremacy, as well as certain beliefs about black people and other minorities. And I maybe need to stop and take a step back and unlearn all these things. They cannot be your friends, they cannot be your allies, they cannot hang out with you, they cannot date you. For any non-essential white people in your life, I think that the criteria for being around them should be, hey, can you admit that our society is racist and that you have racist beliefs that you're working to unlearn? If they can't do that, they gotta get the fuck out. They gotta go. That's not to say that they're bad or they're evil or anything like that. I'm white, so I gotta be right. Columbusan ass motherfuckers. They Columbus everything. They colonize everything. They're like aliens. An alien invasion. An alien colony. They fucking come in and they just take. They're fucking soulless leeches. They're fucking demonic. Like, fucking soulless, fucking parasitic ass motherfuckers. Fucking vampires. And it is the job. It is the responsibility of white people at this point to convey to other white people, listen, we have a problem. We have a problem. Racism is white people's problem. It is their sickness, mental illness, disease, whatever you want to call it. It is their culture. It is passed down. It is perpetrated and it is self-fulfilling by them.
If you feel like somebody is putting your life in danger, you should be able to use a weapon to protect yourself, right?
No.
No.
I'm not a sworn, only a law enforcement officer should be allowed to use weapons.
Okay, so you're in the wrong place, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have federal regulations and state laws that prohibit hunting ducks with more than 3 rounds, and yet it's legal to hunt humans.
You're an idiot!
What's a barrel shroud and why should we regulate it?
I actually don't know what a barrel shroud is.
Because it's in your legislation.
It's a shoulder thing that goes up.
Very familiar. It's not about the the chromosomes within our nuclei. Yeah, go ahead.
Chromosomes don't necessarily mean you're male or female.
Gender.
With gender
identity. Go ahead. No, so
especially, but even so, you have a thing like Klinefelter's syndrome. So you don't know what you're talking about. You're not educated on genetics.
Would you to discuss the genetics? Or
what
are your genetics?
So I'd stay away from the genetics and back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
No, I know. Well, but wait. To be fair, but to be fair, you're actually being rude. And that's not fair.
I'm sorry, it's not rude to say that someone who's biologically a male is a male.
You just
someone who's biologically male is a male.
If you are in this religion, you probably do have values that are at odds. This is what liberals don't want to recognize. You may be from a country, as there are many, many Muslim countries that either have Sharia law or want Sharia law. Those values are not our values.
I actually strongly disagree with that, Bill. I think that it is incredibly important, particularly now after the Paris attacks, particularly now with ISIL raging around the world, to stand up for real diversity and to say our diversity is our strength.
All right, let's get to the details of what really they're asking for here. Kelly Mullen, Million Student March national event organizer. Kelly, good to have you. Keely, I'm sorry. Is it Keely or Kelly?
That's okay. It's Keely.
I apologize. So what do you want here? What do you want?
Well, so the movement, the Million Student March, is a movement for a more equitable and fair system of education, as opposed to the really corporate model that we have right now. So the three core demands of the National Day of Action are free public college, a cancellation of student debt, and a $15 an hour minimum wage for people who work on the campus.
And how's that going to be paid? And all that stuff, someone asked to pick up the tab. Who would that be?
The 1% of people in society that are hoarding the wealth and really sort of causing a catastrophe that students are facing. I mean, we have a relationship right now where 1% of the population owns more wealth than the 99% combined.
All right, so if the 1%, Keely, if the 1% just had their taxes raised a few years ago back to almost 40%, then to pay for the health care law, they had them raised another few percentage points. Then they had their deductions limited to raise another couple points, where, depending on the state or locality, they're pushing over about 50% in taxes. How much higher do you think? How much more do you think they should pay?
I think enough until we have a system where not 1 in 2 American families are threatened with poverty.
So where do they go? Let's say if you tax them, they're smart folks, these people, these 1% hoarders, right? So if they leave here, then who's going to pay for all this stuff that you want?
If they leave
the country.
I mean, there's always going to be a 1% in the U.S. The U.S. is like the bastion of capitalism and its success, and I think
that... Do you think the 1% can pay for all of this?
Absolutely. 85 people in the world hold more wealth than half of the global population.
No, wait a minute. You're okay with that? Are some of your friends okay with that? Do some of them want to be successful themselves, and they'd be happy when they get to a level, maybe over 200,000, 250,000, they start paying 90% in taxes on that? They'll be happy with that?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that
Keely, come on, you're talking to me here. Your friends are going to be happy getting to a point in their career when they can look outside and say, finally, I'm able to pay 90% in taxes.
So keeping women as second-class citizens is just diversity?
I'm not saying that.
But you are saying that.
No, I'm
That's
not.
what it comes down to.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is we in Canada are not going to say Muslims are worse than Christians or are worse than Jews or are worse than atheists.
The ideas are worse.
No, and their culture is not worse, and we also appreciate that ISIL does not represent Muslims, and it's now more important than ever to say that and to stand up for diversity. I mean, it is very, very wrong to demonize a religion.
I'm not demonizing. I'm just reporting. You are making it a demonization.
And you don't do it by saying to them Muslims are bad.
But you're not saying Muslims are bad.
Right.
You are saying that.
We're saying the ideas need to be changed.
You're saying their ideas are bad?
Killing women for being raped, I would say, is a bad idea. Yeah, I do. Hang me for it. You know what? Also...